Hi, welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah. We've got an awesome show for you today. Stick around. We're going to chat with some local businesses, check in with one of our news partners. We're going to kick off the show by talking about a topic that is near and dear to my heart. We're talking about organizing and decluttering. I'm joined by Nicole Gruder, from Positive Space. Thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.
Glad to have you today. Wow, what a great business. Let's talk a little bit about your background and how you got into this.
It all started off with a tea set. My grandmother's tea set came across the ocean, wound up in my mother's cupboard, took up the whole thing, and she never used it. It wound up in my kitchen in Madison, took up a whole cupboard. I never used it. About a decade ago, I started to think, what is this sense of obligation that I have towards this set that I don't have any memories associated with it or anything? And it snowballed into me taking a look at all of my possessions and how I related to them, and it became a source of a lot of writing and the thesis to my degree, and all kinds of things came out of that. And I really wanted to impart my experience and my stories and my knowledge to other people because a lot of people are really struggling with all the things that they own, and they do want to get rid of them, but they feel daunted by the whole project.
You bet.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have stories like that, and it affects sometimes your mood. I call it mess stress, right? But
nice.
You have an awesome tagline that I love called Making Room for Happiness. And let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So when we open up our closets and we want to pick out an outfit with ease, or we see a space in our home that we would love to have be an office or a nursery or a studio or a functioning guest room, and it's filled with clutter, and we want to change things in our home, but we don't know how to do it. That's where stepping in and making room for happiness can really affect the rest of your life. We want our space to serve us and not the other way around, and it can be a situation where, where you have these opportunities in your life where we change in life, and yet our stuff around us often stays the same, and it can really weigh us down physically and literally, conceptually. And so to get through those moments, we can just get guided through letting stuff go and make new things happen with our home. It should really inform our lives instead of having it be a drag.
You bet.
Yeah.
Well, I so believe in that. And sometimes what's challenging, though, is it's hard to sort of step outside yourself and your space and your things.
Right.
And that's where having somebody, sort of a neutral party, help you out and help you decide what's important to keep and get rid of is really helpful. So
Indeed.
What have you discovered helping people do this, let go of their things?
That we infuse so much emotion into our stuff, even if it's like a drawer filled with Tupperware or rusty nails, and we think, oh, we're going to be wasteful if we get rid of this, or we won't be ready for something, or if we received a gift from a friend and we don't really want it anymore, but we feel like a bad friend if we get rid of it. And none of these things are true. Sometimes we just need permission to be able to let go of stuff, and that's where I can facilitate with that.
You bet. Wow, so important. Let's talk a couple examples of people reaching out to receive some of this help. How have you been able to help them?
A lot of times it happens when there's a shift going on in their lives. So they are downsizing, or there are two people that are going to move in together, or the opposite, there's a divorce and they are splitting up, or there's children leaving the roost, or you have just kind of hit a wall with how much stuff you have and you are kind of tired of it. And those are moments in our lives where things are shifting, things are changing, the energy's moving around, and you're wanting to get through those. You're either entering a new chapter or you want to get over that stagnation.
You bet.
Yeah.
Wow, what a change it can make. Why do you
Yes.
think that decluttering has increased in popularity in this idea of sort of letting go of items?
Yeah, it's really been on the forefront of articles and books for the last few years. And there's a few reasons, I think. One is I think we're saturated. Just about every holiday or birthday or whatnot, we receive gifts, and there's always this pressure to buy things, and there's only so much space in our homes. And I've also learned that this, I think, true of maybe the younger generations. You could speak to this, perhaps, is that we are wanting to spend our money on experiences rather than things.
Yeah.
So it's a shift happening culturally where we're not investing so much emotion into keeping these big tea sets or the silverware from grandmother or what you fill in the blank. It could be anything.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think it's important to declutter your space. It helps declutter your mind, and Nicole can help you with that. She's with Positive Space, so give her a ring if you're in a little need of help. We've got more Talk of the Town coming up after the break. Stick with us.